Hi, my name's Drew Carpenter. I'm a longtime landlord. I'm the author of 11 Habits of Successful Landlords, and I'm the founder of Sheepdog Property Management right here in Denver. So, before launching Sheepdog, I spent years managing my own rental properties and really learning the hard way what it takes to succeed as a small investor. Along the way, I also had the opportunity to serve as a managing director at a national commercial real estate firm with about $2 billion of assets under management. And I really think that experience gave me a unique perspective that's been a huge advantage to our mission here at Sheepdog. So there's something that no one tells you when you first start managing property for the first time. And it's that small mistakes in real estate investing can sometimes have really big consequences. And if you can avoid just a few of those, you can dramatically boost your returns. And it can really be the difference between a successful investment and one that's not so. So I've made more investing and property management mistakes than I really care to admit. But helping other investors avoid the pain of those mistakes is really, really rewarding. It took me years to realize this, but hiring the right property manager can actually increase your net income and considerably reduce your risk, not to mention they spare you from all the unpleasant parts of being a landlord. Now, when I first heard that from the first property manager that I ever hired, I was skeptical. To be honest, I really didn't buy it. But I had just gone through one of those tenant horror stories that you hear about that just drained me for the better part of a year. So paying 10% to prevent that from happening again seemed very much worth it. Now, the best part of the ordeal was the advice that I'd been skeptical about, that a good manager pays for themselves. It actually turned out to be true. Over the next several years, my net income stayed about the same from the properties, and I didn't even have to think about them if I didn't want to, which was great. Now, let me briefly explain why this happens. In commercial real estate, where my background is, everything revolves around risk adjusted return, right? Tenant quality, preventive maintenance, capital planning, it's all part of a strategy designed to protect the asset and grow its value. But when I took a look at how most residential landlords and property managers were operating, including myself at the time, I saw a really big gap. We weren't treating our properties like investments. We were treating them more like side hustles. And after a few years of doing that, I finally learned a very expensive lesson. I had a tenant stop paying rent. I gave them more time than I should have, much more time. After all, they weren't bad people. They'd been there quite a few years, but weeks turned into months, and eventually I had to evict them. Now, by the time the property was cleaned out and re-rented, I'd lost 6 months of income. I'd endured 6 months of constant stress about whether I was doing the right thing or not, and I effectively wiped out years of cash flow. So that's when I finally called a property manager, and he told me something that I'll never forget. He said that skilled management will deliver value in excess of the fee. Now, like I said earlier, I didn't believe it, but it actually turned out to be true. And I want to tell you why. The reason is a dedicated company has the scale, the systems, and the experience that a solo landlord is never going to be able to match. And that leads to more efficiency, it leads to smarter decisions, and many fewer costly mistakes. And the end result of that is much more durable cash flow. And after seeing that firsthand, the value that a good property manager could really bring, that is what inspired me to start Sheepdog, a property management company with an investor's mindset, built by investors to benefit investors. Now, our mission is simple, but it's not easy: to protect and grow our investors' portfolio value, shield them from risk while maximizing returns, and giving them back their most precious resource, their time. Now, from day one, we built Sheepdog to go beyond traditional property management. We apply the strategies that I learned working on larger commercial portfolios to protect our investors from both market uncertainties and operational hazards. We go beyond just coordinating maintenance, collecting rent, and finding tenants. We actually help our clients build wealth through real estate. And what that means is faster leasing with industry-leading property marketing, securing better tenants who stay longer and take better care of their properties through much more rigorous screening, lowering maintenance costs through proactive prevention. This is interesting. Studies actually show, this has been proven, that proper preventive maintenance, which very few homeowners actually accomplish, saves over 20% on long-term maintenance costs. So we've systematized that, and our scale allows us to provide it to small investors. We also provide clear financials, and we help you interpret the returns, so you always know what's happening with your property. Now, after years as a landlord myself, I know exactly what keeps property owners up at night. And that's why we built financial guarantees into our policy that protect our investors against the biggest investment risks. That includes $1,500 of eviction protection, covering costs if a tenant we place needs to be evicted, a $1,500 pet damage guarantee, protecting your property over and above the security deposit, guaranteed legal compliance to stay current with rapidly changing Colorado owners' laws, which are changing on almost a month-to-month basis, and a great discount on our brokerage services, so we can help our clients continue to grow their portfolios. Now, these aren't just marketing. The goal of these policies is to align our clients' incentives with our own. So we share in the risk, and we only succeed when they succeed. We are very big on aligned incentives here at Sheepdog. Now, I totally understand the hesitation about management fees as a company owner and as an investor. But there is a reason that most people who hire a manager end up sticking with them long term. And the truth is that many of our clients find exactly what I found when I finally hired a great manager. And it's that once you add it all up, the time saved, the big, expensive problems that never happen that the property manager prevents, and all those small little efficiencies that just quietly compound over time. Good management usually doesn't cost you. It protects you, and sometimes it even makes you more, with a heck of a lot less stress and heavy lifting. When that happens, your real estate becomes what you hoped it would be, an asset working for you, not the other way around. So, if you're ready to protect what you built, to have a partner to help you grow your portfolio without growing your workload, and finally treat your rental like the asset it is, we'd love to help. At Sheepdog, your properties become what they should be, investments, not obligations. So you can finally enjoy what drew you to real estate in the first place. Passive income from a tangible asset that will always hold value. So, if you've been thinking about making a change, I promise you there is a better way to do this. And whenever you're ready, we'll be here. Until then, I couldn't be more grateful for your time and wish you the very, very best in your investing.